Hello guys, it's me Luigi Marinus Gaming, and today I'm going to make a review on Trolls World Tour and why it's actually an amazing movie. You won't believe me when I tell you that Trolls 2 did a real racism allegory better than Zootopia. But here we go. Not only are everyone the same species, but they are exploring the issue of supremacy, cultural erasure, and racial cultural ignorance in a more significant way. The movie does a great job of how Poppy wants people to respect her culture and lifestyle, while being ignorant of the fact that pop trolls were responsible for erasing and allowing their own ideas to make them more palatable to themselves and then claiming them as their own ideas. And instead of understanding their point of view, she keeps trying to push through her own ideas and solution to the problem because she wants to be seen as a good leader without paying attention to the people who were hurt by the actions of her people. While she didn't directly do what her ancestors did, she continues to force her own plans of unity on others and her own culture because it's different and believes they should all be the same and with each other if people tell her that differences matter and that sometimes being different is also good. While Barb takes on a more violent and brutal form of colonization, Poppy unknowingly does the same under the guise of love and kindness and doesn't listen when they tell her they don't want it and takes offense. In short, this is a better and more correct form of a racism allegory, because there is no biological advantages in most movies where the oppressed group is portrayed or shown as dangerous, where it could lead to a kind of reasoning where it seems reasonable to be racist. Trolls is a better, more accurate example, not only because of the real erasure of the cultures that created certain genres of music, but they are all the same species and there is no difference between them. I like how Trolls World Tour actually has a whole religion around it. I also like how Branch tries to support Poppy, but also wants to warn her about her ideas and decisions and protect their tribe. Which makes Biggie feel insecure about their safety. And this movie is also a little bit about different opinions, like when Queen Barb calls the classic Trolls music boring and wants everything to be like rock, and so has no respect for opinions about other trolls' preferences, and I think it's an accurate representation. Trolls World Tour not only does a fantastic job of addressing this through its narrative and musical tools, it doesn't end with a message of we are all the same, it ends with a message of we are all different and we should celebrate. As the film specifically sheds light on how acting as our music, our cultures, and our experiences are the same is problematic in its own way, as it makes it easy to erase and capitalize on the origins of other people's unique contributions. I can't stress enough, if you look at the lyrics of the movie beyond just the stop rock to take over the world plot, this was a movie written by huge music and social nerds. Kids growing up with the movie will realize they were introduced to such a captivating subject in such a simplistic yet nuanced way and scream. Like this whole scene, I cut it out ahead of time, but listen to what they say in the tone.
Combine our music, she'll see that music unites all trolls and that we're all the same, and that she's one of us.
I mean no disrespect, but king, the queen, anything but that.
Why not?
Let's tell them how it worked, Prince.
This is legit a good scene of how Poppy learns about their history of how Pop tried to steal the strings. I also like the world building of this movie. I like how the techno trolls are trolls living underwater and look like mermaids, which is very creative. I also like how the country trolls look like horses, the funk trolls are intergalactic trolls, the rock trolls are like normal trolls but more brutal and tough, the classical trolls are floating trolls that play classical music, and then we have the pop trolls, who have an over-the-top and energetic tone. I also really like how the animation looks like arts and crafts, and sometimes gives a stop-motion feel to it. Oh god, the world building is amazing. My favorite character of Trolls World Tour would have to be Queen Barb. Not only do I like her attitude, but I also like how she can sometimes be insecure about herself, thus making her question if she's good enough, and she also gives some good advice about friendship. And don't get me wrong, the other characters do a fantastic job, like Poppy, Branch, Hickory and even Biggie. I also really like Cooper's side plot in this movie, as it properly connects to the movie itself. And honestly, I think the story of Trolls World Tour can be compared to Frozen 2, which I think this movie did better than Frozen 2. The similarities between the two movies start with the fact that they are both sequels to animated musicals with royal protagonists. Trolls World Tour takes Queen Poppy and her friend Branch on a quest to stop Queen Barb and the hard rock trolls from conquering the other 5 troll nations of pop, techno, country, classical and funk. Meanwhile, Frozen 2 tells the story of Queen Elsa and her journey to the Enchanted Forest with her sister Anna to discover the meaning of the mysterious voice she hears in her head after coming to terms with her in the first Frozen movie forces. The plot twist in Frozen 2 comes when Elsa and her friends venture into the magical fog of the Enchanted Forest. Once inside, they meet the Northuldric people, a native tribe who were betrayed by Runeard, former king of Arendelle and grandfather of Anna and Elsa. The sisters realized that he had built a dam in the land of the Northuldra to limit their resources and ward off their magic, which plunged them into eternal confinement and conflict with the kingdom. In the plot twist of Trolls World Tour, something similar happens. Poppy, Branch and Hickory arrive in the kingdom of the Funk Trolls and discover that the real reason behind the breakup of the troll tribes was that Poppy's father, King Peppy, had previously been stole 6 magic strings to make pop remixes of all other troll music. Elsa and Poppy find themselves in an equal need to solve the misdeeds of their ancestors, embark on an adventure with their close friends and struggle to reunite the lands they have just discovered. Both characters undergo the same transformation from unsuspecting royalty, confined in their known world, to selfless heroines. However, the multiple distinctive qualities of both films, such as the playful mix of musical genres in Trolls World Tour and the return of the cherished soundtrack in Frozen 2, offer 2 unique experiences that audiences can't help but enjoy without giving a second thought to other similarities between the two, such as the protagonists eventually accepting the other tribes as part of themselves. Each film depicts the same theme of empathy and acceptance in its own way. Agreements like this are not bad. Every story has been told before. That's why superhero movies are still so successful, despite the fact that they follow a somewhat recognizable pattern, and animated musicals based on old stories continue to entertain children all over the world. The nature of storytelling means that connections can always be made, even with seemingly different films, such as the parable of Anna's epic journey of courage and self-discovery. Besides, Frozen 2 and Trolls World Tour belong to the same genre and target the same audience, and both have proven to find their own success in their own way. Overall, though, I like Trolls World Tour more than the first movie with its deeper message and well-developed characters. And it's kinda unfortunate too how Trolls has a huge hate-dom outside of its fandom. I personally think the Trolls haters are actually wrong. I don't think they look deep enough into this movie, because they usually just call them cringe and just ignore its message. Overall, Trolls World Tour is actually a masterpiece, visually and story-wise. Go watch it. I enjoyed it genuinely. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate it a 10 out of 10. This makes me even more excited for Trolls 3, and I can't wait to see how deep that movie will be when it comes out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.